Hey, what's going on? Zach D Productions here, and I'm here for a movie review for you guys. So for this review, I will be reviewing Rambo First Blood from 1982. As you can see, I have the Blu-ray right here, and I also have the 5 film collection on DVD, which is definitely worth owning if you're a Rambo fan. Yeah, so I've actually seen this movie a long time ago. I've seen it probably on TV a few times, and I rewatched it again recently, and I still think the film holds up. And honestly, when it comes to my favorite Rambo film, that's really tough for me because, well, I actually enjoy all the films. I think all the Rambo films are solid. I, of course, like the original trilogy from the 80s. I even like Rambo 4 from 2008, I believe. And then Last Blood in 2019. I think those have been really good too, but if I had to choose a favorite Rambo movie, it's honestly been a toss-up between First Blood and Rambo 3. I might like First Blood just a hair more, but not much separates them really, because again, I think all the Rambo films are very good. And this is a very solid film for sure, and Stallone, one of my favorite actors of all time, easily. I respect him as a person and even as an actor. He's, of course, Italian like me, so he's a good Italian representative, you could say. But yeah, I do enjoy a lot of the movies that he's in, where he's pretty much the main star. And this movie, I mean, it's a perfect introduction to Rambo, because everything that this movie offers basically shows you what this character is capable of, you know, with the traps that he uses, you know, to trap his enemies, and just what all he's capable of, and just, you know, who he is as an individual. Basically, the story follows this war veteran who walks into this small town, and of course the cops there don't like him for some reason, and they bring him in because I guess he was walking in some direction that they didn't want him to walk in, after the cop gives him a ride, of course. So, you know, they were kind of being kind of jerks, you could say, to Rambo. And then they bring him in, and then, of course, Rambo fights back, and then he goes into the woods, and then there's a showdown there. And then there's this big battle, and then now he's a wanted man. He stays in the woods for a while, and then he goes back into the town, and towards the end of the movie, it does get a little emotional, though, because Rambo starts breaking down after, you know, basically going through the stuff that he was, you know, like, basically revisioning the stuff that he went through when he was in war and such. And I'm sure that that hits deep for many who watch this movie. And yeah, it really does humanize the character Rambo, and you do feel for him. And you do feel for him throughout the entire movie, and that's one of the things that I do like, is that you do feel for him through the majority of the movie, but at the same time, he's just this, you know, vicious, this sort of like, don't mess with me type of guy, and that's what I really like about the character. So yeah, Rambo First Blood, it's of course a classic, and if I were to name a list of the top 5 most essential action movies of the 80s, this movie would definitely be on that list. It's just a solid film, definitely a classic, really great movie. I pretty much have no complaints with it. So with that said, as a score, I'll have to give this movie probably either a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, I think the movie is that good, to be honest. I mean, I would even go as far to say that it's an essential movie to check out if you claim to love action films. But yeah, Stallone, of course, giving it his all in this movie, and great actor and great performance. And of course, this is the start of Rambo. I mean, you just can't go wrong with this movie. You really can't. It's so great. I love this movie. I mean, if you claim to love action, you gotta check out this. I'm sure that this movie has definitely been an inspiration for a lot of other action movies to come later on. So, definitely a great movie for sure. So, let me know what you think of Rambo First Blood. I think it's a great film and obviously a classic. So I think it's great. Let me know what you think, though. So on that note, thanks for watching and have a good one.